We're ready.
Hi, everyone. We are here, Phil and I from the Learning Technology Special Interest Group with the two scholarship winners for the 2018 conference. We've got Elisa and Julia. And we are going to get to know more about their projects and their work, okay? Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Hi there. So as Raquel says, today we're meeting the two Learning Technologies Special Interest Group scholarship winners for the IATEFL conference, which will be taking place in Brighton in the United Kingdom next April. And I'm going to be speaking to Elisa. Now, Elisa is the Roving Reporter Scholarship winner. Now, this is a travel grant that is given by the SIG to attend the IATEFL annual conference. The award is open to all, not just members of the SIG, although the winner is expected to become actively involved in the SIG. The Roving Reporter Scholarship is aimed at a tech-minded educator who wishes to attend IATEFL and the Learning Technologies SIG post-conference event in order to write articles and create media on sessions they attend. The scholarship winner will be asked to produce a small video and or audio clips and will help to capture the feel of the conference. Last year's winner for this travel grant was awarded to Will Leong, who came from Hong Kong. And this year, the award has gone to an Indonesian teacher who is in Jakarta and is joining us live from an internet cafe in Jakarta. And her name is Elisa Effendi. Is that right, Elisa?
Yes, perfect, Elisa.
Yeah, I believe you're the founder of Enliven, which is an online English learning community?
Yes, Enliven, yes. I say it Enliven.
Enliven, sorry.
Yes.
Enliven, right.
Stands for Enliven your English, yes.
So can I ask you, Elisa, a few questions about winning this grant? First of all, I'm very interested in the market for learning English in your country. So what are the popular ways of learning English using technology in Indonesia these days?
Yeah, I think in the Indonesian school context itself, English is a compulsory subject since we were in primary until secondary levels. And however, most of the students who have finished their studies still lack the ability to communicate actively in English. Hence explains the huge market for learning English in the country, especially in big cities such as Jakarta, because more and more students are prefer to take their higher education abroad as well. So in terms of technology, I guess the most recent ones have come from e-learning by edtech startups such as Quipper, Edmodo, who have worked with some schools in Indonesia and helped the teachers facilitate the discussion forum online. And I think aside from those startups, I think social media actually plays a major role as well, because learners can access authentic materials and they can subconsciously learn English as well and practice. And I mean, there's no need for social media training again, because I think the social media literacy has been achieved, and there are more and more people accessing Instagram, WhatsApp, Line to just for communication and lifestyle needs. But actually, it can be a good starting point to bring them to the virtual learning environment, I think. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
You mentioned about Instagram. I understand Instagram is becoming more and more popular amongst teachers and using that in teaching English. And you have an Enliven Instagram account, which I understand is very popular. What do you think makes it appealing to learners of English in Indonesia? And how have you managed to generate such an interest using this app?
Yeah, so aside from the high and increasing number of social media users in Indonesia, I think first of all, it comes down to the free education itself. So because most of the English courses in Indonesia, they do have Instagram pages, but then they are more concerned to the promoting their courses, but not actually delivering the useful lessons for the viewers. And I think so not many English teachers have been doing what I've been doing all this time. And really, it comes down to the content, to the delivery itself as well, to the snappy video posts as well, 1 minute video posts, and also to the consistent approach to incorporate latest news, latest trend to my posts as well. Yeah, so it's a combination of all of them that have maintained the viewers' attention and engagement.
Right. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you for that. I've just found your Instagram account and I've followed it, so I hope you don't mind. Lots of interesting, colourful-looking videos there. I will check them out later. I believe, Raquel, I understand you also have an Instagram account for professional purposes. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Phil. I have an Instagram account called Informed Teachers Blog, which is actually an extension of the blog as trying to reach a wider audience of teacher colleagues and my current students and former students. And I'm also following your Instagram account too, Elisa.
Thank you, Raquel. I'm going to follow you soon.
Elisa, can I just ask you another question about travelling to the conference next year? Have you ever been to the UK?
Yes, indeed. I have been to the UK when I took my master's study in the UK in 2013 until 2014.
Okay. Was that in Birmingham by any chance?
Yes, in the University of Birmingham.
Okay. So can I ask you, Elisa, what do you think you will get out of coming to the conference in Brighton next April? And what do you think you might take back to your home country?
Yeah, I think looking at how big the ITFL conference itself, with loads of topics and experienced teachers, and not to mention the experts in the SLR industry across the globe, I believe that I can definitely gain more insights into, especially incorporating technology, the right kind of technology, or the learning methods that can work in my country, and finding some best practices that have been developed in developing countries as well. So I think not only about listening to the talks, I guess, but also about attending the exhibition, about networking with other teachers, about perhaps looking at some ESL games that have been developed and what's the feedback. So I think there are lots of things that I can discover there. And yeah, I'm so excited. And I think, sorry. It's just like, so I also have this vision to actually increase the awareness of Indonesian learners to the awareness of self-learning itself, because there's still a very, very low reading interest, interest to actually practice outside the classroom. So I'd like to develop some sort of app or platform that can increase their awareness. So I'm still looking for ways to.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned about ESL games. You're interested in gaming. I understand from what I found out about it, you're trying to build an online community that uses kind of game-based learning with a mix of video and text contexts, as well as, I say, a points-based system. Why do you think this kind of system would be effective, and how do you see it working in your context?
Yeah, so actually, Indonesia has been according to some studies, has been the biggest market for mobile gaming in Southeast Asia, and also the majority of players actually are more into strategic action adventure games. But I've also seen a few education-based games, but most of them haven't gained enough traction to actually stay for quite a long time. And there are also, I remember there is a game that is similar to Quiz Your English from Cambridge. Yeah, so there's a similar one, but it's more not only about English, but also to a general knowledge subject. And it was booming for quite a while, but then it slowly disappeared. So I was thinking that I'd like to combine that with points-based system, because recently there has been an increasing number of startups in Indonesia that have employed this points-based system. either to make repeat purchases, either to encourage the users to make repeat purchases, or to come back to the app and to access the app more frequently. So I was thinking if I could combine those, both the game-like way or game-like interface, and also the points-based system, then with also the right content, and perhaps can invite reliable teachers as well. So I think I'm still hoping it could work, but then I still need to brainstorm and do lots of research about it. I've done some research, but not enough. I think that's why I would really love to attend the ISAFA as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Elisa, for your full and frank answer there. Okay, Raquel. Hi, Raquel.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here.
I think we're waiting for Julia to join us, are we?
Yeah, it seems she can't connect from her desktop device, so I recommended her to try using the mobile, and I think she's trying, but haven't gotten any reply so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she doesn't.
Well, thank you, Elise.
Thank you.
You can relax now. If they chuck you out of the internet cafe now, that's fine, because hopefully we've recorded your answers. So if you are to disappear, then that's fine. You can obviously stay around and
what do you
meet
mean by
Julia.
hopefully? I really hope that you actually recorded that.
Because I'm not recording it, so I'm hoping and praying that someone has recorded it.
So far, it's fine.
You know what? There's still a table. There's still a table.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
Oh, good.
And we'll meet in Brighton. I'll be in Brighton too. It's going to be great.
Actually, the other customers
are gone.
leaving.
Okay.
So I'm actually calling my
Elisa.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say goodbye to you now, just in case. I'm just gonna. So I'm
okay, just to make sure.
Yeah, just so I've got that recorded. So
thank you
Elisa,
so much,
thank you for joining. Yeah, Elisa, thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to, Raquel and myself look forward to meeting you at the Learning Technology Special Interest Group post-conference event at Brighton next April.
Thank you. I'll see you.
Yes, it's going to be so great. You're going to love the experience. Trust me. Trust me on that. And I hope we can collaborate somehow.
Yeah.
Let's think of something,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
We should.
So can Elisa go now? Can Elisa go?
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah. Thanks, Elisa.
Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Phil.
See you next April. We'll be in contact.
Yeah, sure. Bye-bye.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the interview. Now we have Julia Koifman, the winner of the other scholarship, Diana Eastman. Welcome, Julia.
Hi.
Just to contextualize, the Diana Eastman Scholarship commemorates the founder of Muesli, Micro-Users in English as a Second Language Institutions, which later became the LTSIG Special Interest Group, which is Computer-Assisted Language Learning. It is supported by the Learning Technology SIG funds and donations from Diana's colleagues and friends. This award is open to all members of the Learning Technologies SIG, and the winner is expected to be actively involved in the use of learning technologies. Last year, this scholarship was awarded to David Dodgson, a UK educator who works for the British Council, and gave a talk on reflection and professional development using blogs during the LTSIG Day in the last IATEFL conference in Glasgow. Well, the scholarship winner for this year, Julia Kaufman, who works at Beit Einstein High School in Rupin, Israel. She's been working with language teaching for over 20 years, and she's a member of different ELT associations. She started work in Ukraine and moved to Israel in 1999 and became a member of their local association there. Well, it's nice to have you with us here, Julia, and
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I have some questions, Julia, to get to know your work and the context you have of teaching English as a foreign language in Israel. The first one is, Julia, you work with groups of students with learning challenges such as dyslexia. Could you share with us the main challenges you have in your teaching routine, and if those students come to your school already diagnosed, or if this is something that happens along the way, for instance, with a needs analysis?
Well, I'm an English coordinator in a school for kids with special needs. Mainly they have dyslexia, dysgraphia, ADD, ADHD, and other disorders. Usually they come to our school diagnosed because our school specializes in teaching kids with specific learning disabilities. Well, the main challenge is to get them ready for the matriculation exams. On the one hand, they are highly motivated. They really want to study, but on the other hand, they easily give up because they're afraid of making mistakes. Usually they make a lot of spelling mistakes, confuse vocabulary, grammar, mispronounce words, and cannot read stories which are part of a literature program, because Israeli students study not only English language but English literature as well, and it's a part of our matriculation exams. And my teachers and I need to do our best to get them ready for the final exams. And we do it successfully with the help of technology. We conduct computer lessons, video lessons. For instance, we teach literature pieces such as short stories, poems, and novels via video technology. Because yes, it helps them understand the literature piece quite easily.
I see. And this leads us to the next point. The title of your presentation in IATEFL Brighton for 2018 is Motivational Video Lessons for the Special Educational Needs Students. And can you just help us understand a little bit more in what way technology has been relevant to enhancing the learning process of your students?
In the past, students used only traditional textbooks and notebooks, and they faced quite a lot of difficulties. For example, how to distinguish grammar, how to do exercises, and at the same time, they found English literature very difficult because they were supposed to read stories, but they gave up very easily because they misunderstood the stories and got unfocused, confused vocabulary, and finally they stopped learning. But for the past decade, with the help of computer technology and video lessons, it has become much easier because we can show students grammar constructions and short videos. So in this way, they understand it much easier because it's a part of multisensory teaching. They use the skills, they use different skills, different senses, the sense of seeing and hearing, and sometimes even touching if they use spatial games. But with the help of technology, with the help of seeing and hearing, they understand and memorize the studying material much better.
And what are some of the tools that you use in order to help them cope with this?
In each class, there is a screen which can be used as a television or a computer. It is connected to the internet, and we often use YouTube. Yes, with the help of the YouTube program, we teach them grammar constructions and films, especially if the stories for English literature they are supposed to know well. If the films have been made of these stories, and also they can read the story and at the same time listen or even see the images, and it makes them understand what the story is about much better.
I see. Very well then. Thank you for that. A last point, Julia. I'd like to know a little bit more about the scenario of assistive technology, or the way you use technology to assist the students, okay? What is the current scenario in Israel that you could share with us? Can you also mention all the benefits from inclusive practices and how teachers deal with it?
Yes, the Israeli Association of Students with Special Needs has been providing the way of computerizing exams. When I immigrated in Israel 18 years ago, I found out that students with special education needs take the matriculation exams which are computerized, and their examiners use such technologies as recordings, and the texts are recorded, so students can also hear the text, not only see what is written. And those who have severe learning disabilities, such as dysgraphia, do the final exams orally. They can record their answers. Usually, it was about 8 or 10 years ago, but for the last years, they can do it online. They can type their answers, or if they still have difficulties, even with computers, they can just record them. Well, their answers are recorded, yes.
So you use technology in order to bridge this gap and have students more involved with the learning process. Yes. That's amazing. Congratulations. How are you feeling? Yeah, you won the scholarship. How did you feel when you got to know about it? What are your expectations?
First of all, of course, I'm very happy to win a scholarship, which will help me to participate in the conference. It will be my 5th international conference, because I have already participated in IATFL conferences. I paid myself when I went to England, but now I'm happy that my expenses will be compensated. I won't have to pay, or at least won't have to pay too much. Scholarship. Yes, it's excellent.
That's lovely. Considering the scholarship covers your expenses and the attendance, it's certainly going to be a lovely opportunity. And not only will you have the chance to exchange, to share your practices with the other educators from all over the world, and of course, network and get to know the work of other people as well. Congratulations. Okay, Julia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you, and see you in Brighton.
Yeah.
See you in Brighton.
Can I also just add my congratulations to Julia? And I also see you at the post-conference event and hopefully on the LTSIG day in Brighton.
Okay. Thank you very much, and see you in Brighton.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye then.
Goodbye.